AITA for telling my sister her fiance is a convicted sex offender, 2 weeks before her wedding. I discovered this by accident, a background check app I had been using for a different purpose. His name came up because I had his number stored from a family dinner. I sat with what I was looking at for 3 days. The wedding was in 16 days. My sister Anna and I are close. She is 34 and had been in the relationship with her fiance for 2 years before they got engaged. He is pleasant and seems devoted to her. I had no concerns about him as a person beyond the ordinary mild wariness you have about anyone your sibling is serious about. I had been using a people search tool for something entirely separate, a professional matter involving verifying a contractor's background. I was trying to understand how the tool worked, and I ran a search on a few people I knew to test its accuracy. One of them was my sister's fiance, Mark, using his phone number, which was in my contacts. The search returned results that included a public record entry I was not expecting. I want to be careful about what I describe here. The conviction was real. It was historical, 12 years ago. It was a serious sexual offense against an adult woman. He had served time. Under the law, he was required to remain on the sex offenders register for a specified period, which had since expired. He had not told my sister any of this. I was certain of this because when I called her in a roundabout way and asked if she and Mark had done the whole past disclosure thing, framed as a general conversation about relationships, she laughed and said she knew everything about him and had no secrets from each other. The wedding was in 16 days. I spent 3 days going through every possible response to what I had found. I spoke to a therapist on an urgent basis, a single session to think through the ethics of what I was looking at. The therapist was careful not to tell me what to do, but asked me one question that clarified everything. Would my sister want to know? I called my sister the following morning. Am I the asshole? Update 6 months later. The wedding did not happen. Not on the original date and not since. When I told my sister, she initially refused to believe me. She asked me to send her the search results. I did. She called Mark. He denied it for 3 hours, and then, when she told him she had documentary evidence, he admitted it. His explanation was that it had been 12 years ago, he had served his time, he was a different person, and he had not told her because he was afraid of losing her. Anna told me she sat very quietly through his explanation, and then she asked him to leave. She was devastated. She is still devastated. I say this not as past tense because grief over a relationship that was supposed to be your future does not have a clean endpoint. She has been in therapy. She is, by her own description, rebuilding her ability to trust her own judgment, which was not something I anticipated being a consequence of this, but which I understand. She has told me twice that she is grateful I told her. She has said it once in anger and once with what seemed like genuine peace, and I believe both versions of her gratitude are true. I think about the question my therapist asked me. Would my sister want to know? I know the answer now. She wanted to know. That doesn't mean the knowing was easy. Very few things that are necessary are also easy. NTA or ITA, would you have told her? Comment below.